Hello there, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading. My name is Indra. I'll see you in just a second. Hello, welcome back, Aquarius. Okay, so I've already pre-shuffled, um, but I will just give it a little shuffly wuffly again. If you haven't viewed me before, my name is Indra, and I'm a new channel on YouTube. I try to release a video every single day, a new reading, and I do every single sign in the zodiac. I may even do some picker cards eventually, I don't know. Never actually done a picker card. Could be quite fun. Yeah, pretty intense energies right now, Aquarius. I don't know if you're feeling it. The message I feel like everyone is getting right now is that it's a new chapter. It's time to let go and release things that just aren't in alignment anymore. Old attachments, old identities, stuff of that nature. We're being invited and asked quite strongly, to be honest, quite heavily to release. And I feel like just in general, the universe right now wants us to embrace the new and step into our new identities, our new roles. That's going to last probably like the better part of the rest of our lives, depending on how old you are. But yeah, it's very exciting times. Obviously, the election's just been in the United States. I'm not big on politics at all. I think it's all a big circus, frankly. But I know that a lot of people have a lot of energy wrapped up in that sort of paradigm, and whether you're for, I don't want to say the name, but if you're for the person who's just won, so to speak, or against, it's still very much a time of new and a lot of energy, basically. A lot of emotion attached to it, a lot of attention being drawn to it. So yeah, people are sort of waiting on what's coming in. Essentially, what's the new gonna sort of bring. So, but hey, if you're not into politics, which I'm not again at all, but then I just feel like the universe is we're all basically watching and seeing what's on the horizon and what's being brought in right now. So we're going to do a Celtic cross today, and yeah, I'm just sort of having fun with the Celtic cross uh, as a sort of new tarot reader right now. But in the future, maybe I'll be doing different kinds of reads. Who knows? So here it is. Let's see what the universe has for you today. See if I can line this up correctly for the camera. Maybe down here, but actually. Okay, so on the bottom of the deck, we have Eight of Swords. Okay. Huh. Now, I will be sort of tapping into this card as and when I see fit across the entire reading, kind of almost like as an anchor of sorts. And I will also, I don't read reversals, by the way. I will also be turning every card over all at once, which is something I'm experimenting with and sort of having fun with. Interesting. I did a Gemini reading yesterday. Seeing a lot of the similar cards. It's very interesting, but a particular placement here for for the environment position to come up for the same card, Four of Pentacles. So that's interesting to note. Okay, so actually I should move this behind. There we go. I think we're good. So for your yeah, I'm just being drawn to the the current energies card right now. So basically, we've got the Fool in your current energies. Very nice indeed. The Fool is number 0 in the Major Arcana. It can represent infinite potential, new beginnings, freedom, optimism, and a blank slate. So it could just be that you're having this sort of. I mean, it's interesting as I was saying to you prior to the reading, prior to me drawing the cards. I was saying to you that we're being asked and invited right now to kind of embrace the new chapter, embrace the new story, embrace the new identity, embrace this new beginning. And the Fool absolutely resembles, can represent even a new beginning. So that's very interesting. The Fool has the sun here as well, shining on him, indicating kind of like that sun type energy of happiness, joy, positivity, um, success, and also energy. So it could be very much that you're having a new sense of energy, a new level of energy lately. I personally have been going through a deep healing period in my life for a long time. Who knows really when I kind of review it, like how long really that's been going on. But in particular, for a number of years now, a few years I'd say, very intense healing. Obviously, that's my own story, but maybe you've been feeling the same way. You've been experiencing similar things. Okay, let's move on. So, interesting. Now, this is the first time I've ever seen these cards together. We have the Page of Wands for your for energies that are either helping or hindering your current energies. So basically, the Page of Wands. What's really interesting about this is that the Page of Wands for me is kind of it's almost like the brother of the Fool, if I want to, say it like that. It's like I always see the Page of Wands almost like as a reimagining or a redraw of the Fool in a sense. It's almost like if you were to design a different tarot deck based on the Rider Waite or something, it's like you might even draw something similar to the Page of Wands, what we have here. So, wow, that's really powerful. So obviously the Fool and the Page of Wands is very similar energy. So the Page of Wands is an explorer, an adventurer, has many possibilities that that is ahead of him. He is energetic, he's enthusiastic. So yeah, as I was saying to you, like big energy coming in here. I'm sensing a lot of energy, very much like sun energy, positivity, enthusiasm. Um, hmm, just very powerful. A big node of energy here, and as I mean, psychically, I'm seeing it like a sun right in the middle of this reading. Like it's almost like a little mini sun here. Like it's really interesting to experience. So I mean, wow, I've got nothing but positivity here, to be honest. In this little area here, at least, it's like full energy on top of full energy. It's like also wands can represent kind of like willpower, um, yeah, just like lots of energy again, basically inspiration. Um, so yeah, looks great, brilliant start. So in for the basis of the reading, we have Knight of Pentacles. Huh. Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles is responsible. He is patient. He's cautious. He has skill in something. He's skilled. It can represent also being guarded. I don't feel like it's kind of talking about that. I just feel for you, it's talking about that you have a skill. You're a talented person, so whatever it may be in, it could just be that basically it's time to sort of act on those on that skill that you have, that talent, that innate gift that God, the universe, source, whatever you want to call it, has blessed you with from birth. So it could very well be a time of kind of entering a new chapter and embracing these gifts and embracing this new role, as I was talking to you about earlier. So, and also I just want to touch on this for a moment before we move on. So the Knight of Pentacles, he's actually not doing much right now. He's sort of like, to me, he's waiting on God, essentially. He's waiting on proper timing. So it could be that you've been waiting on the proper timing for this. As I say, you could have been sick for a while or something like that, some sort of delay you've experienced, and now it might be time to start, okay, sort of thinking, okay, let's start moving, let's start sort of flowing with this energy that we're being showered with at the moment. So in your recent past, we have the Queen of Swords. Interesting placement. The recent past often symbolizes something that you were experiencing before, but it's an indication that you'll no longer have to experience that again going forward. It's kind of behind you now. You can move on from it, right? So the Queen of Swords, she's observant. She is, let's see, she's truthful. She lives by principle. She's honest, and she's also, why am I forgetting that? Anyway, moving on. So it just represents sort of, she lives by principle. So it seems to me, I'm picking up psychically now, that you've had to really kind of stand your ground here, and you've had to, what am I trying to say here? You've basically had to just kind of separate yourself from the crowd and be patient and kind of wait. Again, it's kind of like they're very static. They're not very moving, right? As I was saying to you before, it's like you've had to maybe like just wait on God, essentially, wait for timings. And I just feel like you've had to do the same thing here. Like in the past, it's just talking again about a similar sort of thing. It's like you've had to sort of wait, and there's not been a whole lot of movement, it seems. But it seems like that's an indicator right now that you're not going to experience it anymore. It's going to be movement in the direction. I mean, lots of energy here. I mean, exploration, adventure, um, freedom, even like the shackles are off type thing. The Seven of Wands, if I can just pick it up, in your potential outcome. So the Seven of Wands, again, one energy is like willpower, energy, creativity, inspiration. Um, yeah, did I show you that? Yeah, the Seven of Wands, in particular, the Seven of Wands can represent determination, perseverance. Um, let's see, having to stand up for things you having to stand up for things that you believe in, despite kind of what everyone else says. It can represent sort of standing apart from the crowd and going your own way, essentially. For me, it's my starseed card. It's someone who didn't have it easy. Also, if you notice with the Seven of Wands, he's wearing two different shoes, totally different shoes. He's wearing a boot here and like this kind of like, I don't know what you call that, just kind of like more of a shoe type deal, and it indicates he's like odd, right? He's odd, so it represents he's wearing two odd shoes, right? Which represents his individuality. Okay. Um, so it could be that you're again. It's for me. I'm getting right now that you're going to be embracing your gifts. Okay, you're going to be embracing more your skills, and you're going to be stepping more into it with energy, enthusiasm, inspiration, belief. So that looks really positive. In your near future, we have the Tower. Again, I just feel like it's a really positive sign. It's the end of kind of like this kind of stuck feeling, this stuck energy. Um, it's the end of not believing in yourself and not stepping into your gifts and yeah, all the good stuff. Basically, it's sort of the falling away of the old, as I was saying to you before, the end of a difficult chapter, the end of a chapter, and going into the next story, okay, the next phase of your life. And I'm just getting now that yeah, the Eight of Swords, it can represent sort of like victimhood, negativity, traumas, self-imposed restriction. and waiting, ironically. So this is the end. This is what you're leaving behind. You're taking off these shackles, right? And you're gonna go off to this new adventure here in the distance, right? So it's like wake up time, right? Wake up and go. In the area of self, this is how you are influencing this whole reading. We have the Six of Swords. Now, the Six of Swords is a card of safety, new beginnings again, ironically. Um, what else? Letting go, flowing, and moving on. So awesome! It seems like you're totally invested in this new beginning, and you're flowing with it essentially. You're hearing, you know, the universe's, subtle whispers. It might not be so subtle sometimes, but hey, especially right now, it's very strong. But yeah, you're listening to your guidance, essentially your guidance system, and you are moving on with your life and letting go of what no longer serves, as I was saying to you before. In the area of your environment, we have the Four of Pentacles. I just feel like you've had strong foundations in your environment and somewhat of a decent, a strong kind of network, family environment, whatever it may be for you. The people and things in your environment have been very helpful, perhaps. If it obviously general reading might not be the case for everyone watching, but yeah, it just feels like this has enabled you to basically it's been a supportive factor in your kind of closing of this chapter and moving on to the next chapter, essentially. Um, yeah, that's all I'm getting from that placement right now. So, in the hopes and fears, we have King of Cups. Now, that's an interesting placement. So, the King of Cups is diplomatic. He is emotionally secure. He is also wise, kind-hearted, and also he's finally very peaceful. I feel like you wanted peace in your life and kind of harmony and balance and to be kind of yeah, it's been an emotional time. That's what I'm getting right now. It's been an emotional time. Of course it has, you know. Um, this is an emotional time right here, you know. And and so your hopes was that you would be able to overcome it, but obviously on the flip side, you feared that it just wouldn't be, right? You can see all the emotions in the waves and whatnot. This is what you wanted. You wanted to be the King of Cups. You wanted to be much more emotionally secure, but obviously it's tough, right? It's a tough challenge to master that sort of thing. It could also be talking about thought. Like I always see this card as almost like he's meditating, and this represents like thoughts and like, oh, what about this? You know, as the mind does, the kind of monkey mind. And it could also represent the emotions, right? The moodiness, the ups and downs. And I'm just getting 222, by the way. I wish I could tell you what that meant, but yeah, the clock is 222 right now. So obviously, yeah, it's natural as you're going through kind of like the murky waters to like question yourself and wonder like, is this gonna really happen or am I just deluding myself, etc. But no, you weren't deluding yourself. You did the work. You continue to do the work, and it looks like you're going to experience a lot of good stuff in the future, like really nice stuff. It looks really, really positive. In the area of the outcome, we have the Ace of Cups. I just feel like, again, peace. Like, we've got the dove here representing peace, and we've got this outpouring of emotions, and it just seems like healing time, okay? It seems like a time for healing and restoration, and I'm also seeing that almost as like, don't want to be graphic, but in childbirth, like, the water's bursting, right? And then the baby comes out. It's almost like the water's like outpouring, and it's just a sign of rebirth, new beginnings. The new chapter is ready to be experienced and told, essentially, and written. And so, yeah, finally, just want to go through this. So the Ace of Cups can also represent the need to love yourself. It can a reminder to love yourself even. It can be an indicator that love surrounds you. that the universe has your back, and yeah, it can also be a reminder to follow your heart. So to me, I feel like you're doing that. I don't feel like you need a reminder of it. To be honest, I feel like that's actually what you're doing. So he right there is actually following his heart. So despite what the world tells you, right? So yeah, man, this was a great reading. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, definitely. If you got something out of this, Aquarius, I would really appreciate a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm a new channel here. Um, yeah, so I'd love to have you on board on my in my audience. So definitely do those things, and I will see you in the next one. This was Indra Montes. Bye bye.